what's going on, guys? So in this video, what we're gonna do is we're gonna be bringing you the top 5 compliment pulling fragrances for a job interview. So we all are in a time where we are looking for jobs. We're trying to set a good impression because we're trying to close the deal. And when we're wearing a fragrance for a job interview, it's not really about wearing the most outlandish type of fragrances. You want to smell nice, have a nice level of appeal, and come off serious enough for the people to want to hire you, right? So with the fragrances I'm going to recommend, I was thinking to them, I'm like, you want something that is masculine, that is appealing, and also something that could be a bit of an icebreaker already off rip, something that could be a level of recognizable, something that maybe piques the interest of people interviewing you, or that people will think they'll be able to smell you, smell your aura, smell your presence, and be able to give you the job based on just the impressions you give them, okay? So we got 5 here. This first one that I have not mentioned a whole lot, but this one is a sleeper in the collection, honestly. Now, sometimes it's not always about what you like or what your scent palette is about. It's about what can garner you compliments and what would be the appropriate fragrance for the occasion and the setting. So this one is from the brand of Shimiyaki, and this one here is called L'Eau de Sea Eau de Toilette, okay? L'Eau de Sea Eau de Toilette. So this is a cheapie I threw in one of my carts a while back, and it's not really my cup of tea always, but it has garnered me compliments, oddly enough. This one is a very citrus and floral fragrance, a really fruity fragrance. So it's gonna have lemon bergamot, it's gonna have orange, it's gonna have blue lotus, it's gonna have geranium, saffron, and it's gonna have that vetiver musk and cedar. And that's really the kicker with this fragrance, is that cedar musk, that base, that sandalwood that you're getting in the base really gives it a level of fresh masculinity and that fresh spiciness. That this would be really good as far as somebody who is put together for an office type of setting, for an office interview, for a roundtable interview. You're gonna smell put together. You're gonna smell really masculine. You're gonna smell like somebody who takes their job and their role seriously, which is what you want to give off from me during the interview, right? It's a really good fragrance for those type of settings, and really something I would use this for, okay? Now, next fragrance, again, when we talk about smelling something that maybe can be a level of icebreaker for you, sometimes it's not always about having that hidden gem in your collection, but rather something that is mass pleasing, where when you come in, they can already smell it, and then it piques their interest. And so a fragrance like that would be this one here, Bleu de Chanel. And this one's the Eau de Parfum. Now, whether you go Eau de Toilette, whether you go Eau de Parfum, whether you go Parfum, really doesn't matter. Any of the flankers will do. Bleu de Chanel, for me, is a fragrance that is always going to be a timeless classic, meaning it'll never go out of style. There are certain fragrances where it's like, hey, look, it's 2024. We're not wearing that anymore, or many people in the fragrance community aren't wearing that anymore, or it's so frequently worn that people don't wear it anymore because they don't want to smell like everybody else. Well, Bleu de Chanel is one of those fragrances. First of all, I've been building my collection, so I'm out, I'm trying to, ask people, I'm getting feedback. I'm like, hey, what do you wear? And men still are wearing Bleu de Chanel. That's still in their regular rotation. People are still buying Bleu de Chanel. You still go to the mall. People are still adding it to the cart. I was just at a fragrance store, a man there bought Bleu de Chanel because that's his signature scent. That's what he knows himself to be. And Bleu de Chanel, just from the scent quality, the longevity, the projection, the DNA, all the things that you really want out of a nice, mass pleasing, a top pleasing fragrance is what it's gonna have. And then the notes in it, you're gonna have that grapefruit, lemon, mint, aldehydes. You're gonna have ginger, nutmeg. You're gonna have that jasmine. You're gonna have that incense. You're gonna have that cedarwood, and you're gonna have that birch too. So a really nice, citrusy, woody, spicy fragrance with an array of notes and a very, very nice projection, a nice level of scent quality. Also, nice longevity. So you're never gonna have to worry about the fragrance going out, fragrance going bad. It's gonna be a very nice, mass-pleasing fragrance. And then when you go up to the job interview again, Chanel, even just on Chanel alone by the name, is going to be one of those things people are going to recognize that, hey, are you wearing Bleu de Chanel? Ooh, that's so nice. Oh my gosh, I love Bleu de Chanel. I've had it in my collection. Now you've already sparked, you've already broken the tension, you've already broken the nervousness in that interview, because it's already one less thing that you guys have to use as a barrier. It's already a barrier broken from the communication aspect. So get you a Bleu de Chanel and be ahead of the game, all right? Now this next one's another new addition to the collection. Honestly, one I need to do a first impressions on, and I should have done it, but this one was a surprising get. I'd seen it floating around, Fragrance X, German Shop, all this kind of stuff. Like maybe I'll get it later, but a lot of fragrance influencers that I know, they really like this fragrance, and so I finally got it when I was building the collection for the second haul, and I'll make a video on the first time versus the second time of building a collection, because it was different. It was a different experience for me. But this fragrance here is from Philipp Plein, and this is Philipp Plein No Limits. Okay, Philipp Plein No Limits. Now, first off, just the bottle. Let's look at this again. I really like the bottle design. It's one of the more unique bottle designs I've seen from a fragrance. Now, this fragrance was one I was really shocked at the scent and really how much I liked it. For me, this fragrance is one for a man that when I envision, this is a guy that does not smile a whole lot. Honestly, he's very serious. He's very masculine. He wears black like a lot. Black suit and tie, black turtleneck. I don't want to say he has no emotions because of some of the notes in here, but this is a really nice, spicy, leathery fragrance. So again, leather, woods, oud, patchouli, black pepper, dark chocolate though. That chocolate and vanilla that is there in the mid gives it that different level of character where it's not so smoky, woody, but it is really, really, really masculine. Like he smells good, but you also know not to play with him either. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if you're trying to give off a really kind of stoic, serious, put together demeanor and vibe, you really would like this fragrance. If you know that this is a leadership role that you're going for, it's something where you're gonna take on a lot of responsibility and you're showing that you're built for it, you go with a fragrance like No Limit for you. All right. Now, sometimes we don't need the most complicated fragrance. We just want to smell fresh and clean and put together. But you do want a level of uniqueness to the fresh and clean fragrance. All right. And with that, I will go with something like this. This one here is Armani Code Eau de Parfum. So Armani Code Eau de Parfum is going to be that nice, fresh and clean, lavender, lemon, bergamot, tonka bean, vanilla, suede, musk. So your lavender, citrusy opening, your tonka bean in the mid to give it that level of aromatic appeal. Then you're gonna have that vanillic suede, but you get that musk and cedar also, and that musk and cedar gives it that extra level of masculinity too, where it won't get too unisex, won't get too sweet from the vanilla and the tonka bean. And then it also won't become just another run-of-the-mill citrusy lavender fresh fragrance that you get with a lot of these freshness. It's somewhere it's a little bit more versatile. Now, I would say wear Armani Code Eau de Parfum to a job interview where you're in a cooler weather city. You don't want to wear it so much for a hot weather city. I think there's better options for that, like what I might mention next. I would say that you're probably going to be indoors for this interview to really get the use out of the sillage, because it does have a nice projection but a nice scent bubble to it. So it's really going to be one of those when you're sitting in an encounter and you're sitting maybe across the table from somebody or people, they'll really be able to smell, okay, this person is clean, he's crisp, he's put together, or she's put together. And I think it'll really be a nice master pleaser where you won't have to overthink it. All right, sometimes it's not always necessary to overthink the game and get something overly complicated. You just want something that is nice and appealing. Okay. Last fragrance of the day. Now this is for somebody who is probably trying to take ownership of something, maybe trying to take ownership of a company, or you're trying to get that next role, you're going up for that next job, that next position, the next status, the next position of status, right? This is an Acqua di Gio fragrance that we're going to talk about, and there are other alternatives I'll talk about, but this one here, we got Acqua di Gio Profumo, okay? So in the words of Jeremy Fragrance, power, craft, strength. And that's what this one always does remind me of. See, Acqua di Gio Profumo was one of those when I first got it. I think this is fragrance 3 from when I first started collecting. I really wasn't a fan of it initially because it was like, it's not that sweet, aromatic touch that I'm really accustomed to. But as I started to evolve my scent, kind of palette, and as I really started gaining an appreciation for fresh fragrance, first off, so this one's gonna have C notes, bergamot, It's gonna have that sage geranium, then the incense of patchouli, and this is the kicker with this one. It's gonna be really fresh, but at the end of the day, that incense of patchouli gives it a level of smoky, woody richness that you really wouldn't get from many other fresh fragrances, right? When you think fresh, a lot of those type of fragrances either come off oceanic, they come off watery, they come off just musky, but this is the type of fresh fragrance that is also, you're gonna be able to use it all season, all occasion. You're gonna be wearing it daytime, nighttime. You're gonna be wearing it to a club, but you can also wear it to the office, you can wear it to the boardroom. So this is that you want it for any type of office setting, any type of interview setting, any type of, you're the one doing the interview. This is probably, I would imagine, the boss who is giving the interview rather than the person who is coming to be interviewed, right? You also want to set a nice impression, especially if it's a candidate that you're really looking to set a deal with, right? So there you go, guys. All right, let's recap. We got Louis XC, nice array of fragrance notes. You got that fresh floral mid, but you also got that woody and spicy, musky base, okay? Timeless classic icebreaker. You got Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum. No nonsense masculine man in the office. You got here Philippe Plein, No Limits. Don't complicate the game and you want to smell just fresh and lavender. Boom, you're gonna go with this one right here. Money Code Eau de Parfum. And if you're the man in the boardroom and you're the owner of the fragrance company, you're the owner, you're the boss, bang, you want to go with this one right here, Acqua di Gio Profumo, all right? There you go, guys. 5 compliment pulling fragrances for a job interview, whether you're the one being interviewed or you're the one giving the interview. Anytime you set an impression, you're meeting people and you're setting the first impression on people, you got to make sure you're smelling good, you're looking good, you're feeling good, and you're creating opportunities. Not only you're creating them, but in this case, you're seizing the opportunity, right? You're seizing the moment, and that's what we're trying to do with this fragrance game, all right? I'll do it for today. I appreciate all you guys who listen and tune in. I'm gonna keep on building the community. We're gonna keep on building the family, my fragrance family. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe down below. Make sure to share the fragrance channel with the fellow fraghead, and we'll catch you on the next one. Much love.